Hilary, thank you for joining us. There were some pretty fierce words in the talk just then about travel industry and perhaps its attitudes to starting up and being rather negative. Do you think that travel industry is overly negative towards startups?
No, I don't think so at all. I think it's difficult trading times for any industry currently, but where there are threats, there are also opportunities, and I think it's just a question of grabbing those opportunities.
But do you not think that you come from a logistics background, people still need to move stuff around even in a recession? Perhaps the discretionary spend is harder to chisel out of people?
It is, and perhaps it needs more driven marketing and more targeted marketing, but people will still want to go away on holiday. They will still need to travel for business. In fact, more and more companies, as part of the recession, are actually becoming more and more global. So their end of an opportunity, or their beginneth an opportunity.
Hilary, what's the one piece of advice you would give travel businesses trying to trade through this economy?
I think that they've got to tap into a market. I mean, I've just spoken to one of your colleagues, and he was saying, is it true that the women in the 50s are going to lead us out of this troubled times? And, personally, I don't really take holidays. I've got a lot of homes in other countries, but I do an awful lot of travel, and I know an awful lot of business people are forced to become more and more global. So possibly, yes. I think that there are still a lot of opportunities for the travel industry out there. If not holiday-wise, then certainly companies are forced to look now outside of the UK. And we should be tapping into that.
Thank you. With all your experience in business, how long do you think it will be before we emerge from this?
I think 2013 before we see any green shoots.
That's quite soon.
Yeah,
Quite
well,
optimistic.
I think if we get through next year, and we'll then see what the outcome of the euro is, because we don't really know what the outcome and what the impact of the euro is going to be and how it will impact on the dollar and the yen. And until we know that, which is probably going to be March, April time, then if we can get over that, then I should think by the end of the year and the beginning of the year following, we should start to see some good signs, a bit of a feel-good factor.
Okay, and finally, how have you personally kept going despite all the odds?
Because you have to diversify, you have to have lateral thought, as I was saying in my speech. I knew that I had to go global, that my home market could not rest in the UK anymore, and for any growth within the business, it had to be across Europe and perhaps further beyond.